Hey guys, it's Chris from Krisproductions, and today I'm bringing you guys my biggest base yet, and this is my final Cardia Moc in the series, and it is so awesome. It has a total of 20 gray base plates. It's huge and massive, and it's so awesome. So I'm just going to give you some quick backstory. Captain Zed and a bunch of his troopers landed on the planet, which was just invaded and taken over by the Separatists a few months prior to that. And then basically they met up with some surviving clone troopers, and they met up with some rebel, just the civilians that have rebelled against the droids and the alien species which has conquered their planet, and they lead the droids on this planet, and they're called the Gree. And that's who the guys in the orange suits are. They are the Cardian people and rebels, and yeah, and basically, in this Moc, these two gunships have been strategically crashed, full of troopers, just to supply more troopers and cover to the clones as they attack the base. So yes. Okay, so I'm going to basically do a very quick overview of everything. So I'll just start over here. You got the crashed gunships. You know, you got all the guys fighting, shooting. You got many of the same troopers from the last Moc, all the survivors, all the prisoners that they freed. If you guys have seen the other ones, otherwise we can cross the bridge. And then just the beautiful water. You know, you've got the tower, the whole wall. And we can follow this along. Go in there. We got the round building, separatist shuttles. I can go inside here. We also have the supply cart there, and you got the track where that goes. It goes into the main building. Kind of a better look at the main building itself. You got the nice courtyard area. Very nice there. My favorite part of the Moc. Anyways, so that's a bit of my quick overview, and now let's get to the main show. Okay, so here we have Zed and our Jedi commander, and they are just rushing across the plasma bridge to attack the Separatists. And now, as you can see, they've also got a few other clones behind them there, and I'll just give you the rest from this back point of view. As you can see, we've got lots of clones. Now, if you're wondering what happened with the gunships, and these droids are on patrol, and they obviously got taken out. Lots of wounded men, because they're just right out in the open with no cover. You've got another guy who is on patrol. That's a Gree soldier, the alien species Gree. They are the alien species who have occupied this planet. Another patrol. And what happened now is, if you're wondering where the gunships came from, the Republic finally broke through in space, and now this was their reinforcements and kind of their arranged plan. Now, they knew the gunships were going to get shot down by the Separatist proton cannons, so they just tried to land as many troops as possible with the two gunships and see if they could get on the beach to also provide cover, in a sense. Now on here we have a sniper clone who actually died, and he just managed to take out the droids manning those two turrets. And yeah, so once we follow it into here, we have a Gree soldier, and he's just holding down the fort with a bunch of super battle droids, a whole group of them. Few more. You've got a fuel tank in there, which you'll see in a second, and an AAT, and that's the whole outside of the Moc. Here's a better view of it. Okay, so the outside wall and the outside of the Moc is a very nice, it's really showing that this is a city wall. It's not necessarily a fortress like the prison was, but it is strong with lots of kind of, how do I say, structural things just to make it strong, just in case it does become under siege or anything. And there are many turrets in the wall, and that's a special kind of turret. It's one of the Gree turrets. Just rotate, all of them rotate. We got the track, and I'll show you that in a second, but you can see that is the wall, and the other part looks like that. Okay, so now for the tower and the main building. So I'm going to start over at the entrance. We follow it in from the courtyard, and we go to the turrets that are guarding it. You have lots of nice windows and glass. And here we have the Separatist proton cannons on the top with battle droid guards. Now these are different kinds of proton cannons as you've seen in the Clone Wars series. Those ones has ammo shells. These ones have eliminated that vulnerability, you know, just in case the shells get shot at or anything like that. These ones do not fire as effective as shells, but they do not require the whole reloading system, so they can fire faster. Those are some turrets. Now as we go to the tower, you've also got 2 turrets, and they have a bit of movement as well, but I won't do that. And now we go for our look inside the tower, and we can remove the roof. You can see we have the Gree commander, we have a tactical droid, and we just have another battle droid in there. And this is the side of the building. You can see there's also glass panes, and there's the entrance. Now, keeping in mind that this is a city behind this, there is many droid patrols that are able, this is the entrance to the city from this part, so this is where most of the droid patrols march in and out. This is the scientist building, or the and also it's connected to the storage facility, and it does do some of the storage itself. It's a very nice building, you know, it's got the nice fancy glass. It's also got, yeah, just some other windows. It's actually a small curved window there on this side, on the front facing the tank. And it's also got just some storage on top of the building for, I don't know, whatever. Now on top of the big vehicle storage bay, we've also got just some fuel reserves, and then we've got 3 separate shuttles, you know, just for transporting cargo or for transporting people, but there are also many battle droid guards because they don't want to lose their ships to the clones that have been stranded on this planet for quite a long time now. Okay, so now inside the hangar we have lots of nice flat surfaces. No, yeah, just different layers of snot technique, if you guys are familiar with that. Studs not on top. Lots of that. This is all fancy, and it's actually quite layered. If you can't really tell, probably can't. Anyways, you got a bunch of corporatalized tank droids, you know, mainly used for patrols and stuff, because that's where they'd be dispatched from. You got some transports, you got a bunch of supplies in crates, some battle droid guards, super battle droid guards, more crates, a bunch of pilot droids, basically. You know, need them to pilot the tanks or the shuttles and stuff like that. Anyways, and then we go through these doors. Okay, and we come through the door, and we're in the scientist laboratory area. So here, as you can see, we got his lab, just the window there. You got his different devices that he uses. He's got another just kind of like generator or something. His own personal army of super battle droids, and then he's got this nice kind of walkway over here. Nice view out the window, the curved window that you guys would have seen earlier. And then a bunch of crates, and these ones have different stuff in them that he was researching, and he's just preparing for battle because or retreating or whatever he plans to do. That's why he's got his weapon. And here is the cart, which can just roll down the track. We can stop here, and then it can continue on its way. Okay, so now to inside the building. So, as you can see, we have where the cart track leads in, lots of crystals. Of course, this is what they're mining on this planet. This is the resource that they're here for, pretty much, and it's a crystal that supplies them with power, so they have a bunch of condensed crystals and power cells over here. And then this is the generator that they use to supply power for this whole part of the, I don't want to say the city, but it's just for this part of the base. Now this is what they use for it again, and that just slides in there, and power generator, and that just goes up to the roof. And yes, now what the prisoners don't know is that this is actually just on the other side of their wall, so that's what that wall looks like. And yeah, just to give you a bit of an overview. So that's all tiling, and then there's more commando droids, and I'm just going to skip the prison for a second and go back to it. You got a Gree soldier guarding a bunch of commando droids with a special turret, just in case the prisoners do break free or anything like that. You got some crates. And then as we go up here, we just have a massive kind of very fancy staircase, because, you know, this is, they're trying to show off, this is their main kind of castle, fortress kind of thing. So they're really showing off with all their stuff. But yeah, and now I'll just show you the back of the prison, is what you saw before. Now we just go around here. You have 2 security droids, you have some crates, and then we go in here. You know, it's a much rougher part of the base, and lots of small cells just for short-term capturing and interrogation of prisoners. Most of the time the interrogations don't end very well, but anyways, and then yeah, you can just see there's lots of prisoners in there, and that is the inside. I'll just give you a bit of an overall look, and that is the inside of the main building. Now the inside of the wall, we got the turrets, we got commando droids guarding. Now this is an open door, so they do have lots of security and patrols going around, because it is still a city, you gotta remember this, and it's not a fortress or anything like that. This is just the outside wall to a city, but this is the capital city, so this is where the Gree commander is. Battle droids manning the turrets. Now you see this is their power system, and this is what they're mining. This is why the Gree decided to take this planet. It's because they wanted the minerals that provide them with those weaponry systems. The inside of the wall, you just got all kinds of stuff going on. Okay, a very quick overview of the Moc before it had vehicles and was unfinished. Just to show you guys a good look at the beach, this outside wall, and you follow up the plasma bridge, and you have got the gate. It's amazing, nice open area. I mean, that's probably my favorite view of the Moc, from right here, wherever. And then you got the tower, of course. I'll just go around. Takes a little while to go around because it's such a big Moc. And yeah, just looking at it from this side, it's a very nice looking Moc. Now I just want to show you guys the inside of the hangar without vehicles or figures. It's very nice. And then there's some figures, of course. Some crates. Now I'll take off the roof. And this is what the interior looks like. Very nicely leveled. Just a very, and that's also all the different levels. And this is just the front storage area. Well, I hope you guys have really enjoyed this Moc, because I really enjoyed building it. This was really so much fun to build. And if you guys like this Moc, then please feel free to like this video, post a comment on stuff. I don't know. I'm going to have some awesome Mocs coming, so stay tuned or stay subscribed. If you guys have been wanting me to do a Kashyyyk Moc, that is actually coming either next or the Moc after that, and I actually have kind of a schedule. If you guys want to kind of keep up with that stuff, I'm on Twitter, I post updates, Flickr. I'm a bit more active on Flickr than other things, but my vlog channel, I mean, if you guys don't want to watch my vlogs, I could totally see that, because some of them are pretty boring and lame, and other ones are like really stupid, but they're entertaining. Apparently you guys like them. But if you guys would just want to get everything that I do in the week summed up, then I also have weekly updates. I also have a channel called Silver Brick Reviews or Chris Reviews. If you guys want to see me do reviews of Lego sets, who knows? Last Christmas I was like the first person to get YouTube reviews up, even pictures of the Galaxy Squad sets when they were very first released. I got them I got reviews out like the same day that the first preliminary pictures were out. So that was kind of just luck though, so we'll see if that ends up happening again. But other than that, that's kind of a reason to subscribe to my review channel. But thanks for watching, remember to comment, subscribe, and awesome mocks are coming soon, so stay tuned. Also probably a droid army as well. Thanks for watching, see you guys later, and